Hello Kaiju fans, welcome back to the Kaiju World Order. My name is MM, and today I am going to talk about that new toy line that was announced just over the past week, Godziburst. Normally I'm not paying much attention to the new lines that Bandai announces, because normally they boil down to either wannabe, cheaper, articulated figures, like, you know, the monster arts that aren't monster arts that you would actually give to a little kid, or just either scaled down or blown up vinyls past a 6-inch and 8-inch scale. So, and as somebody that has plenty of those type of figures, they don't really do much for me. But Godziblast just came out of nowhere, and it's like it walked straight out of the 1990s. Now these things are going to be smaller than your normal figure. If you're hoping they're going to be the size of a movie monster series figure, you're going to be disappointed. They're going to be tiny, and I mean tiny, like that. They're going to be about the size of a reaction, if not smaller. But they have some crazy gimmicks. Hedra being able to fire off his flying form from his hand is just... that just sounds so fun. Especially if it's done right and it doesn't have a really weak spring, and where you can actually get some good distance with it. And then you have the other ones, like, you know, your safe releases. You got a Ghidorah in here, and a Kiyu, and a Godzilla, a Mothra, yada yada yada. But even for them, they have some really cool repaints that I actually wish they would do on some larger figures. Kiyu, a red Kiyu with silver flames, like patterned on it. That just sounds cool. I would have loved that as a kid, and even now I want that on the shelf. There's going to be a translucent blue Mothra. I don't really know what the toy gimmick of Mothra is, if it even has one, but it still looks cool. It kind of reminds me of the 2019 poster version that most companies do now, from Haya to NECA, but with the body of Heisei Mothra. And there's so much here from the trailer for it, or the commercial, I guess you could say, or even ad, whatever you want to call it, with both forms of Biollante. You have a set that's going to have Kamacuras, Mothra Larva, and then even the Shockers. And this is probably the very first time we've ever gotten a Shockers figure with wide release outside of very high-end stuff, like an accessory to convention exclusive, or an exclusive Rick Godzilla 1985. I think that had a Shockers in it too. But we've never had that in any other line, so having a Shockers come in this is very unexpected. Coming in a set with Kamacuras and Mothra Larva, Mothra is kind of, who cares, but Kamacuras, we haven't seen him in a long time, so having another figure of the Final Wars Kamacuras is really nice. And I can see them doing a lot of different color schemes just based on real mantids, because they have every color under the sun, and some of them look really cool, and I'd love to see Kamacuras rocking those colors. Now, we haven't seen any really cool repaints for, say, Godzilla yet, or Ghidorah, or the Biollantes, but I'm sure we will. I will not be getting every single release in this line. Right now I'm just really planning on getting the Hedra. I will probably get both Hedras, the regular and the repaint, just because I think that gimmick is just awesome. And definitely the Minigun Gigan, which is stealing the show. I've seen people compare it to an old... it was a magazine scan Gigan, and I don't really know all the details on it. It's been so damn long. And I think it's definitely inspired by it, but if it's supposed to be it, it's definitely not. But I love it. And the fact Toho is letting Bandai do these crazy toys now, I'm hoping that means we can see some more crazy stuff. I would love, again, that Hedra, I would love to see that in, say, a Super 7 Ultimates. And we know they like doing spring-mounted launching shit with their Shogun Godzillas. And then for like future releases, there's so much more they could do. I'm already envisioning a Baragon that can fire its horn out in the same way that Trendmasters had their Jigger fire her horn out back when they were doing the Gamera line. I'm imagining a Space Godzilla where he can launch his shoulder crystal. Maybe they could even do some sort of thing for the King Godzilla from the manga where he's parts Godzilla, Biollante, Batra, I think Destroya. And you could maybe pop the pieces together or make them blow up. Sort of like the Scorpion alien that Kenner did back in the 90s. There's so much here they could do, and I'm very glad we're getting a new toy line that's not just another miniature movie monster line, and it's not just another poor man's Haya or Monster Arts or Super 7, and it's actually something new and fresh with cool paint jobs and new sculpts and introducing a new multiverse aspect to Godzilla, even though it's just for the toy line. Who knows what this could lead into? Maybe an anime series? That's probably wishful thinking, but that'd be crazy. But until next time, Kaiju fans, peace out, and Minya, take it away.
Godzilla says you should like and subscribe.